want to tell you guys a story. About 7 or 8 years ago, I started working at one of the local school districts in the business department. And the building that we worked in was the historical bank for that town. That town was fairly old. The building had been renovated, I think in the 60s or 70s, and then the basement had been renovated in the 90s. But other than that, it really hadn't been touched other than it being cleaned. I started working in this school district, and I got really, really sick, like scary sick. I had all of these crazy, horrible symptoms, and I went to, I want to say, 6 or 8 doctors. I went to 4 dermatologists, 2 acupuncturists. Like, I went to a lot of people just trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And all of them had something different to say, ranging from it's stress, to you have a hay fever allergy, to your labs are fine, you're okay, it's all in your head. And it was a really, really hard time, and it went on for years. And then in 2023, while I was on Instagram, I found a doctor who I had actually been following for a long time, but she was offering a free 30-minute phone consultation with one of her team members on any health issue that you wanted to discuss. So I'm like, okay, let me just try it. What do I have to lose? So I filled in the information and I scheduled the date and time that I was going to have the phone call occur. And then I was like, okay, I'll wait for the day. And the day came. I'll never forget. It was a rainy Saturday in April. And I felt horrible. I felt like I'd been hit by a train. It was just awful. And I think my phone call was for 10:30. And so 10:30 came, and I looked at my phone and nothing happened. And I'm like, am I supposed to call them? So I'm frantically searching through my emails for like a phone number, and I found a phone number. So I tried calling it and it just rang endlessly. And I'm like, maybe while I'm trying to call them, they're trying to call me. So I hang up the phone and it's like 10:34, and I'm like, okay, it was too good to be true. It's not going to happen. And then my phone rang and I picked up. I'm like, hello? And this sweet little like pixie voice on the other side was like, is this Vanessa? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm so sorry I'm calling late, but I was just moving something around and didn't realize it took a little bit too long. But my name is Kylie and I'm calling with this doctor's team. So she's like, tell me about these symptoms that you're experiencing. So I did. I told her everything from start to up to the present day, how I was feeling, the symptoms I had, all this stuff. She didn't say a word. She just listened. And then when I was done, she was like, have you ever lived or worked in a moldy environment? And I swear to you, it was like a brick wall fell on me. Because the historical building that I used to work at would flood in the basement. Every time it rained, there was snow melting or any sort of water that accumulated, that basement would flood. And I never associated it with mold. Like, it never crossed my mind. And then when she said that, I'm like, oh my goodness. So we talked and she said, mold doesn't come up on normal blood work. You have to do special work for it, this and that. And there are, ways that you can heal yourself and all of this amazing information. She was just incredible, and I can never thank her enough. And I can also never thank this doctor that had this opportunity. I can never thank her enough. And that doctor is Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. And if you've been watching my recent videos, you may have seen this logo, and that's for Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. I am working with Dr. Gabrielle Lyon on this incredible opportunity. So it's kind of crazy how I've come kind of full circle, like the person who offered help to me to heal me. I am now, and Dr. Gabrielle Lyon doesn't actually know that all of that happened. I haven't told her yet. I plan to, but she has so much stuff going on, so I want her to focus on what she's doing, and then I'll tell her after. But I have her pendants casted. And now I get to finish them. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see them finished, and I can't wait to show you how everything's gonna look. My name is Vanessa. I'm a self-taught metalsmith, and I'm the creator of With Love Jewelry. As you can see, I have a lot of cleanup work to do, but I'm so much more comfortable doing this because it's in metal and I know how metal behaves. This is our gentian, and I know it's gonna look gorgeous once it's finished, but at the moment, I've got work to do. It's a new day. I'm really happy with how far these have come. But yesterday I had made a decision to oxidize one of these pendants because I think it's going to look much better. So, as an example, here is the unoxidized version, obviously unfinished. And here is oxidized. Looks really cool oxidized. So I sent a picture of each to Gabrielle asking her which one she prefers, and she said oxidized. So we're gonna go oxidize these in some liver of sulfur. It smells really, really bad. You need a setting with really good ventilation. So I'm gonna take everything outside because I do not want the house to stink of sulfur. So they took really well. The majority of them did. There's a couple of them that there are certain areas that didn't take as well. Liver of sulfur works better when the area is more scuffed, so not necessarily like mirror finished high polish, but when it's in a rougher state. So I'm going to rough up the areas a little bit with some diamond burrs, and then I'll go back and I will re-put them in the liver of sulfur so that they take a little bit better, because as you can see, like this one just started to patina, but it's kind of like brown, and I don't want that. I want it to be that really dark, like pewter color. So let's fix it. My hand is really cramping from holding onto these while I was sanding them. So to give it a little bit of a rest, I'm gonna go roll out some wire because I've literally used all of my Argentium wire in the casting process because I wanted to get them casted, and I had ordered grain, but it didn't come before we casted, so now I have a bunch of grain. So I melted down the button and some grain. I made some ingots and I'm gonna roll them out. I need like a thinner round wire and then a thicker or a bigger half round wire so that I can make the bail for each of these. So to give my hand a rest, let's go roll these out. I realize this is my flat roller and I need half round, so I need to switch this out. So I'm just gonna do that really quick so that I can begin rolling my other piece of metal for the bales. I just drew some wire that I'm going to use to attach the bail to the pendant. And then I have my half round wire pulled. This is obviously not going to be enough. I will need to pour more and keep going, but I figure I can at least start making them for the ones that I can make them for. So it's going to be quite a bit I've got quite a bit more work to do. I haven't even started setting stones, but my goal is to solder all of the bales on and then set the stones. Let's work. Yeah. Of course, that wasn't enough wire to make all 7 bales, so I need to go melt and roll some more half round Argentium. think I just finished my last soldering operation, which means that every pendant is fully soldered and the rest is cosmetic. I do have to set the stones, but like the hardest part is done. Okay, they're in the pickle pot right now. I'm gonna oxidize them before I set the stones because I don't want to get patina inside the setting because then like the moistenites won't shine as brightly. So I'm going to oxidize everything. I'm going to open up my seats for the stones and then set them and then polish and we're done. We can package these up and they'll be ready for next Sunday's summit. I'm so excited. It smells so gross. It's Monday morning. The summit is Sunday, so less than a week, and I'm going to start polishing these up, giving them their final polish to make everything look absolutely gorgeous, and then I can ship these off, and I'm so excited to see how they look completed and to show you how this whole project has come to fruition. I'm done. I'm done with these, all 7. And holy moly, what a ride. What a wild ride this has been. From thinking that I'd have to cancel the entire project when all 6 of my original castings failed, to setting stones and polishing and being done. I'm done. And this is the scary part because now I have to wait until they are delivered to the client and I get the feedback. Because I do my best, right? I try to make everything perfect, and in my head that waiting to hear back from the client, and you never know if the client is actually telling you the truth, like, oh, it's perfect, or I don't like it, or I don't know. I always have this thought in the back of my head, it's not good enough. It's never good enough. So I'm going to package these up. I have just requested the address that these will go to, and I'm going to send them out today so that she has them in time for her summit on Sunday. If you've made it this far and have watched this whole video with me, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for sticking around. I would love it if you could like the video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow my channel and it helps me as a business owner. And this was definitely the most intense custom order I've ever done. Not to mention for the biggest client I've ever worked with. So I'll show you what these look like and I hope you love them. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys next time.